You're watching Fox 22, Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Coming up on today's show, residents of an apartment complex in Bangor are speaking out after realizing their cars have been vandalized.
Plus, we'll hear reactions from farmers regarding the state's PFAS report.
And we'll get a glimpse of a summer school in Trenton that is sending kids home excited to do their homework. This and more local news right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. It's a beautiful day here in Maine. Temperatures are going to be reaching the high 80s, possibly 90 around the area. It's going to be a beautiful Thursday in store, and we're expected to see a little rain tonight.
I know. It's called Vacation Land for a reason. Let's get the details from Devin Biggs.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomaston Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, heat's the big story around here. Heat advisories are in effect until 8 p.m. tonight, though, because of very hot temperatures in the 90s and higher dew point levels, which means higher humidity levels, which will make it feel a lot hotter to be outside. So even though we may have a few clouds passing through, unfortunately, though, we will need to be careful with the heat. It will be very easy to suffer from heat exhaustion, so please be careful out there if you do have to head outside today. But we will be watching for a system now to be moving in soon, which will help to make things a little bit more comfortable. Some chances of storms on the way later on tonight. Any fog this morning will be getting out of here later on, and of course by later this evening, showers and storms will develop in a few areas with our next system moving in. Along with that, some clouds and maybe a little bit more fog could be on the way. Winds will be out of the southwest, not too bad, but increasing throughout the day with gusts up to 25 miles per hour in a few spots and sustained winds maybe up to 15 miles per hour in a few areas. So for today, though, lower 90s is going to be a hot one. Partly cloudy, south wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing plenty of sunshine and hot temperatures in the 90s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thanks, Devin. Residents of a Bangor apartment complex are demanding answers after multiple vehicles were found vandalized this past weekend. Brittany Black says she and her family were away from home when they were contacted to immediately check their cars. Black says after returning home, she found her vehicle had been keyed several times. The Kennebec Place resident says the damages are quoted to cost up to $2,000. Black says she will be more cautious moving forward.
We actually have Ring cameras outside the front of our doors, and we were thinking about putting one up by the garages because right now we had to move all the cars so that they were in camera view.
Black and other neighbors are asking the Bangor Police Department to show more of a presence in the area overnight to discourage further vandalism.
New Hampshire State Police are asking for the public's help locating a New Hampshire man wanted in connection to an attempted abduction last week. Peter Curtis is considered armed and dangerous after allegedly using a firearm during an attempted abduction. The female victim was unharmed and returned home safely. He has recently been seen in Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. Authorities have yet to declare a motive, but police in all 3 states have been notified along with the U.S. Marshal's Office. Anyone with information is asked to call the Brentwood Police Department or your local police department. If located, please do not approach and call police immediately.
Police are on the lookout for a suspect in Old Town that crushed a radar trailer and then hit a house. According to Deputy Chief Lee Miller, Old Town police officers were called to 393 Stillwater Avenue around 8:40 Tuesday night after a Silverado reportedly hit a house. When officers arrived, there was no sign of a driver. Now, Miller says they were able to determine 57-year-old Roger Eldridge of Greenbush was the driver, and a warrant has been issued for charges of aggravated criminal mischief, driving to endanger, leaving the scene of a property damage accident, and 2 counts of criminal mischief. Neither person in the home were injured. Miller says Eldridge was previously arrested by Old Town PD on July 26th for operating under the influence. He is currently on probation. Anyone with information is asked to contact the local authorities.
An Orono man is facing charges in connection with an incident that left a Brewer police officer injured. 25-year-old Richard May is being charged with assaulting an officer and refusing to submit to arrest. Officers were called to the backside of the Brewer Walmart for a man in crisis on July 26th. Brewer Police Safety Director Jason Moffitt says when one of his officers tried to approach May, an altercation ensued. Moffitt says the officer sustained a head injury and whiplash.
There's new information about a stabbing in Winterport on July 28th. The incident happened at 215 Main Street. According to Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, both people involved are 16 years old. The victim was initially taken to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center in Bangor with life-threatening injuries, but they were upgraded to stable condition shortly after. The victim has since returned home. Moss says the investigation continues and the case will be forwarded to the Waldo County District Attorney's Office. She says there is no danger to the public.
2 people have been arrested in connection with burglaries across 3 different counties. After an 8-month investigation, officers from the Ellsworth Police Department, the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, and the state police searched the home of 56-year-old Anthony Knight of Belfast on Monday. They say inside the Patterson Hill Road home, they found approximately $200,000 worth of stolen property, including power tools, snowmobiles, snowplows, and a motor vehicle. They also found 62 grams of methamphetamine, prescription medication, and approximately $3,000 in suspected drug proceeds. Officers did a second search on August 2nd and found more stolen items. Anthony Knight and 44-year-old Robert Larrabee of Belfast were arrested and charged with theft. They were taken to the Hancock County Jail and released on bail. Authorities say the investigation is ongoing and more charges are pending.
The National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine recently released a report examining health impacts related to PFAS exposure. Now, A.J. Douglas spoke to one farmer who says he can no longer grow produce on his land and is still waiting for state assistance.
Adam Nordell has lived with his family at Songbird Farm for the past 7 years. This past winter, he was notified by a soil fertility firm that his property tested positive for PFAS chemicals. The following month, he learned that not only was his land and water contaminated, he and his family's health could be impacted as well.
We learned that there was a history of sludge spreading on our land in late November of this year. The Department of Environmental Protection put out a map that showed historic sludge spreading locations around the state. We saw our land listed on that map.
Nordell says he was terrified and quickly had to make several tough calls.
Contacting our customers with this issue was one of the scariest things I've ever done. My wife and I have been building our business and our lives here for 7 years.
The Maine Department of Agriculture, Conservation, and Forestry is working to support farmers through these issues. The agency meets with farmers to conduct testing and sampling at no cost to the farm owner. The DACF can then provide recommendations.
When we have an understanding of what might be happening, there are other steps that we can take to provide support as well. So, for instance, if their well water needs a filter in order to be safe for the consumption of their livestock, for instance, we will be able to cover the cost of that installation.
Nordell says his family has only received financial support from the nonprofit community, and despite being approved for supplemental funding from the state for lost wages, he says he has not been issued any funding whatsoever. Director of the Bureau of Agriculture, Food, and Rural Resources claims the farm has received funding.
We need help getting off of this property. We're hoping that the state fulfills its obligations to impacted farmers.
Songbird Farm actually has received a significant amount of financial support for the loss of their income.
McBrady clarifies the PFAS fund, which recently passed in the Maine legislature, is not yet operational and separate from lost wages financial support. A newly hired director is scheduled to join the department in September. McBrady says the director will establish an advisory board and will get the PFAS fund started. In Unity, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The time is now 8:09. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, more free COVID tests are up for grabs for Mainers. Details on how to obtain them coming up.
But first, let's take another look at your forecast. Temperatures in the low 90s today, mostly sunny skies. Clouds will be moving in this evening with thunderstorms coming into the area as those temperatures drop below 70 degrees. We're back up in the high 80s with a slight chance of thunderstorms for your Friday.
Prescription drug costs are too high, and Mainers are paying too much for life-saving medications. That's why Jared Golden led the way on a law that makes insulin more affordable. It will cap out-of-pocket costs for insulin at $35 per month. That's putting our health and economic security first, not drug company profits. Call your senators and ask them to join Jared Golden in the fight to lower costs.
Make the most of your waterfront with a ShoreMaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. ShoreMaster docks and boat lifts have been the trusted choice for decades. With ShoreMaster, you get the expert product knowledge and first-class service you've come to expect from Hammond Lumber. Hammond is the country's largest stocking ShoreMaster dealer, so you won't wait to get the dock system you want. Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire with professional service after the sale. Your dream waterfront begins with ShoreMaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Incubus. Live. August 7th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. One incredible night with Incubus. With special guests, Sublime with Rome and the Aqua Dolls. Incubus, on sale now. Buy tickets at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. Part of the Varney Insurance Concert Series.
Help Maine children win the fight against cancer by supporting the Heroes Hope Healing McDonald's Golf Classic, presented by Bangor Savings Bank. To date, the event has raised more than $500,000 to support Northern Light Pediatric Cancer Care. In addition, the McDonald's Golf Classic supports Camp Hope, a free summer camp for children with cancer or blood disorders. You can help support the kids by registering or donating today at mcdonaldshhhgc.org.
As of August 1st, Mainers can now receive more free COVID testing kits. Since February 2022, Mainers have been able to order up to 2 free COVID testing kits per household, regardless of zip code. Now, Mainers can order more than one additional kit of 5 rapid tests through Project ACT. The tests can be ordered without any payment information through Project ACT's website, accesscovidtests.org. They will be delivered by Amazon 1 week after ordering and will have a shelf life of up to 12 months. We will have that link on our website, foxbangor.com.
A nationwide ploy to get your money is sweeping across Maine. People pretending to play the violin on a street corner or a parking lot with a sign claiming they're just trying to support their family. Mal Meyer is in Sanford, where police say while it is deceitful, they aren't breaking a law.
It's a ploy for money popping up from coast to coast, like this man in Michigan, pretending to play the violin along with a sign, claiming he's trying to support his family.
Can we get some video of you playing? See?
CBS 13 heard from viewers that it's happening all over Maine, including near the Brunswick Walmart. A couple have been spotted recently doing the same thing in Sanford.
It came in as a scam complaint because the patrons that they spoke with believed that these individuals weren't playing violin and they were trying to scam people out of money.
Police say the report came in last week. Are they doing something illegal?
No, actually.
A woman also appeared to be pretending to play outside Shaw's in Sanford. There was some concern because children were involved.
Officers responded and made an evaluation that everything appeared to be fine.
Beyond that, there's not much they can do if people decide to give others money. The only issue in this case is when the business doesn't want them there.
Then they could ask us to move them along, and we would do that.
Some of the people we spoke to really believed they were playing music.
He looked real. His music stuff that he did.
Even if it was fake, Brittany from Sanford tells us she doesn't have a problem with it.
Having a bad day and then hearing that music, it just lifts you up. It made you feel better.
We tried to find this mysterious couple or anybody else doing something similar. No such luck.
It's 8:15. After the break, the Old Town YMCA opened up a new adventure center for kids. We'll have more details ahead. Plus, the Rockland Lobster Festival is officially underway. We'll get a glimpse of the fun when we return.
G-Force Entertainment Kick-Axe Pub and Club present Fiesta Fridays. Every Friday, get 2 tacos and a margarita, just $5.95. Arriba! G-Force Entertainment, bringing great food and a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
Toyota's all-wheel drive vehicles not only conquer the elements, Toyota conquers its competitors by sheer selection. You see, Toyota has 15 different all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models. That's more than Subaru, more than Honda, more than Jeep. Conquer most anything with a tough Tacoma 4x4, the best-selling midsize pickup for 16 years, and named the Best Buy of the Year among midsize pickups. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's favorite neighborhood pub, is your place to catch all your sports and live music. Don't miss a second of the action on our 24 TVs and big screen. Enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday nights, karaoke on Wednesdays, and trivia on Thursdays. Concert season is in full swing. Relax in one of our 2 outdoor seating areas, including our new beer garden. The Penobscot Poorhouse is the place to be before and after the show. The Penobscot Poorhouse, Bangor's #1 sports and entertainment location, 14 Larkin Street, off Main Street in Bangor.
Check 1, check 2. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee, check. Tasty treats,
check.
Freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
Stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
G-Force Entertainment Kick-Axe Pub and Club present Fiesta Fridays. Every Friday, get 2 tacos and a margarita, just $5.95. Arriba! G-Force Entertainment, bringing great food and a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
Kids at Trenton Elementary School are enjoying summer with a little bit of a twist. Matthew Durantzik has the story.
I'm here at the AOS 91 Summer School, and needless to say, the children are having fun. Trenton Elementary School is holding its first ever multi-district summer school program. At the forefront of the camp is the school's newest principal, Krista DeGrassa. DeGrassa took the concept from a previous program she ran.
The Southwest Harbor Library ran a summer reading program, and it's called Summer Story Camp for the last more than a decade. We knew that working through the district would be a much better way to get all of the kids involved in summer reading and not just those that chose through the Southwest Harbor Library to participate.
The summer program provides a hands-on learning experience. DeGrassa says the goal is for kids to learn throughout the activities they participate in.
The kids don't even know that they're really learning because they're so excited about the topics that they go home every night and they have homework, but they don't see it as homework. They see it as something fun and exciting.
Each week gets its own theme. With this week being about park rangers, the kids engaged in different stations learning about the various park ranger roles. Out of all the activities the kids participated in, it seemed like they all had a favorite.
The fire one because it's the one where you really get to practice aiming. It's the fire one.
Just like in school, students are given assignments, but at camp, they are rewarded with coupons that claim prizes. As the learning continues to shift online, DeGrassa wants the children to disconnect and learn through new experiences.
So we actually took away the technology this summer in our programming, and kids each got their own notebooks to write down everything they do in the morning and the afternoons. They are reading books, and they are journaling, and they're collaboratively learning with hands-on projects.
Even without technology, the kids all had fun and are excited to come back next year.
Yes. Yeah, because it's really fun, and maybe I'll get to see new friends again.
Reporting from Trenton, Matthew Durantzik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The Old Town Orono YMCA opened up a new development center for its youngest adventurers. Now they're calling it the Adventure Center. It's a new room where children will be able to play, learn, and whether that's rain or shine, the Adventure Center opens after several months of renovations of what used to be racquetball courts. CEO Deb Boyd says with the help of donations and volunteer workers, the Y has created a room specifically geared to help develop those early motor skills in children 5 years and younger.
Incredibly thankful for our volunteers, our donors, and our board of directors who all came together to help support this project. We had a team of staff that worked every day to make this come to be what it is. and our children. I am just so thrilled for them to have this space.
The Old Town Orono YMCA has more projects in development for the near future. They aren't ready to share yet, but we will let you know as soon as we get more updates.
The time is now 8:20.
Now let's turn it over to Devin Biggs with your Thursday forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, the hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, the heat is going to be the big story around here. We have heat advisories in effect until 8 p.m. tonight for the counties highlighted here because of high dew points, which equals high humidity levels, and high temperatures as well. 90s on the way today with dew points that'll be in the 60s and 70s. A very oppressive situation will be taking place today, but otherwise, though, we'll be watching some clouds moving through, maybe some fog in a few spots this morning as well. Be careful of that this morning as you do make that morning commute. But as we zoom things out and give you the big picture, this system will be moving in as early as tonight and giving us chances for a few showers and thunderstorms in some areas. Calming down later on overnight, but of course the clouds and maybe some fog could develop yet again. Wave heights are not too bad either. I checked those earlier, but water temperatures, if you're thinking about cooling off, are in the 60s, getting close to 70 degrees in a few spots. So comfortable water temperatures, maybe a little bit cooler though. Of course, that'll be nice given the hot temperatures across the region at this point. Our average high is 81 degrees. We'll be in the lower 90s today, upper 80s Friday, middle 80s by your Saturday, back in the low 90s Sunday, then finally cooling off a little bit by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, back down into the lower 80s. Your muggy meter showing some very uncomfortable air that'll be on the way though, with dew points that'll be in the 60s and possibly 70s for the next several days. Until about late Sunday into Monday, things fall back briefly. Then by Tuesday, back up in the 60s and 70s yet again. Your VNX forecast for today will be at an 8. That is considered very high. A burn time of around 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward for today, any fog that's developing this morning will be getting out of here. Of course, use your low beams or fog lights. Do not use your high beams. That'll make it worse to see out there with any fog you do encounter. We'll get that out of here. Then by later on this evening, though, watching for showers and storms after a sun-filled day. And of course, we'll keep the clouds going overnight with a little bit more fog that may develop in a few spots. And of course, any precipitation will be needed, though, as we're definitely in drought across this part of the state. A new drought monitor comes out later today. Forecast for today, lower 90s, partly cloudy, hot and humid. South wind getting up about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 60s, mostly cloudy with a few thunderstorms, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Storms on the way also for Friday and Saturday. Highs in the middle to upper 80s, lower 90s by Sunday with a small chance for storms, and more storms again by Monday. Highs in the lower 80s.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. I think we're all going in the right direction. Then they twist the opposite way. I go out on my own, and then they come around again. It happens rarely, but every once in a while we all go where we're supposed to go. And everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon. Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
President Biden signed a second executive order yesterday on abortion access in the U.S. His action yesterday came following a vote in Kansas, where voters rejected a measure that would allow state lawmakers to ban abortion in their state. Lauren Blanchard has more details from Washington.
Through an executive order, President Biden wants to make it easier for women to get an abortion or other reproductive services if they need to cross state lines.
We're doing everything in our power to safeguard access to health care, including the right to choose.
Appearing virtually because of his rebound case of COVID, the president kicked off the first meeting of his task force on reproductive health care access. It was formed after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June.
We trust the judgment of the women of America to make decisions based on what they know is in their best interest.
The meeting comes just a day after Kansas voters rejected a measure to remove abortion protections from their state's constitution.
I feel like my state just showed up and boldly told me that they are going to take care of me.
We're going to get through this difficult period, and women and children will be protected in the state of Kansas.
In Idaho, the Justice Department may face an uphill legal battle over that state's nearly total abortion ban set to go into effect later this month. The DOJ is suing to protect emergency medical procedures for women, which may require an abortion. Democrats believe reproductive rights will be a major ballot issue in November.
The American people are fed up with politicians trying to tell them what to do with their lives and their bodies.
This week, a small bipartisan group of senators introduced legislation to make the freedom of reproductive rights federal law. Some Democrats don't believe it goes far enough, and it's unlikely to pass. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, there was a Wacky Wednesday youth stock car race at Speedway 95 yesterday.
Plus, a lifelong volunteer firefighter in Scarborough was thrown a surprise party. This and more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
At Dorsey Furniture, we believe value means more than a great price.
That's why we do what we do at Dorsey Furniture. That's why we're always updating our showroom with new pieces and new displays. That's why we're always eager to show you the latest furniture styles and newest fabrics.
Because we believe that your home should be beautiful.
Visit our showroom and experience Dorsey quality, Dorsey value, the Dorsey reputation. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A in Holden, and online at dorseyfurniture.com.
It's about to go down. Bangor, Maine. It's time. Pitbull. Can't Stop Us Now tour. I don't know about you, but I feel good. Pitbull, the party of a lifetime. With special guest Iggy Azalea. Maine Savings Amphitheater, August 11th. Get tickets now at waterfrontconcerts.com. For more, hit pitbullmusic.com.
Fireball. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
It's Thursday, August 4th of 2022. Another hot day on the way, well into the 80s. Devin will have the details in a moment.
And I know us in Bangor, we have a little bit less bad than some of those in southern Maine right now.
It's that breeze.
I know.
It's that nice breeze we get right through the little mountains.
I'm thankful. Well, a little New England folklore. It was on this day in 1892, Lizzie Borden's father and stepmother were murdered with an axe in Fall River, Massachusetts. Borden was arrested, tried, and acquitted. And I know there's still, I've listened to true crime podcasts about this, so I know that there's still a lot of hearsay about who actually did that. That's why it's kind of considered
That's
folklore.
why everyone keeps looking into it.
Right,
I got you.
Right.
Well, for birthdays, actor Billy Bob Thornton turned 67. Love that movie that he's in with Bad News Bears, among a lot of other things. But
yep.
Former Red Sox pitcher Roger Clemens turned 60. Today is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, it's National IPA Day, and it's U.S. Coast Guard Day, commemorating the installment of the Coast Guard back in 1790 by the Secretary of Treasury, Alexander Hamilton.
Good memory.
Not good memory. I got to give it out to Mr. Johnson, sending an email in here. He senses in the whole thing.
Thank Thank you.
We always love when we get, because we were talking about looking it up, and then obviously a lot of things start happening. But gotta give a shout out to Mr. Johnson. Thank you for sending that in.
1790. Okay, I wonder how they've evolved. That's very cool.
Oh, definitely a lot.
I know it's not a super easy position to get into the Coast Guard. So.
I know, and there's so many positions involved in the Coast Guard.
I
too.
know.
And to be honest, I mean, I was mentioning the Guardian movie. I mean, there's plenty of positions, but jumping out, being in the water in an environment that not many of us were humans. We like the water, but that's a difficult environment to do a very extreme-oriented tasks.
I know. It's one thing to enjoy being on a boat. It's another thing
to be rescuing and being a person called to that situation. So shout out to all the U.S. Coast Guard members there today.
Yes, thank you for your service. Let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, your hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1, Rockland, Thomaston Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, heat's the big story around here. Heat advisories are in effect until 8 p.m. tonight, though, because of very hot temperatures in the 90s and higher dew point levels, which means higher humidity levels, which will make it feel a lot hotter to be outside. So even though we may have a few clouds passing through, unfortunately, though, we will need to be careful with the heat. It will be very easy to suffer from heat exhaustion, so please be careful out there if you do have to head outside today. But we will be watching for a system now to be moving in soon, which will help to make things a little bit more comfortable. Some chances of storms on the way later on tonight. Any fog this morning will be getting out of here later on, and of course by later this evening, showers and storms will develop in a few areas with our next system moving in. Along with that, some clouds and maybe a little bit more fog could be on the way. Winds will be out of the southwest, not too bad, but increasing throughout the day with gusts up to 25 miles per hour in a few spots and sustained winds maybe up to 15 miles per hour in a few areas. So for today, though, lower 90s is going to be a hot one. Partly cloudy, south wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing plenty of sunshine and hot temperatures in the 90s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Joe and Emma.
Thank you, Devin.
So we have T-minus 6 hours before everything just gets really, really hot.
I know. I'm savoring this.
Enjoy the cold weather up in the studio because it's not going to last.
I know.
Well, back to your local news. Speedway 95 is hosting Wacky Wednesday, and during the race, a group of young people stole the spotlight with a division the raceway calls the Stars of Tomorrow. President Del Merritt of Speedway 95 says his raceway is a great place for young kids looking to race their heart out. Kids ages 9 to 15 years old participated in Wednesday's stock car race.
Not everybody can afford the $25,000 or $30,000 late models, so they're probably into anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000.
13-year-old Caden Neptune from Mount Vernon, Maine, is the top-ranking driver in the junior division. His dad said he helped get his son into the sport.
I gave him the option because things were getting a little hectic, work, school, racing, so I told him he can choose one. He chose racing. He's an all-star athlete all the way around.
Neptune says his son keeps a 4.0 grade average and will continue on to the championships, held this August 31st. To get a look at the racing schedule, head to foxbangor.com for more information. That's so cool. I don't really know anything about stock car racing, but I've always wondered what it takes to get a car ready for that and the maintenance it takes.
A lot of work, a lot of work, especially because, it's stock car racing. It's not like bigger corporations where you can pay for sponsorships.
Right.
Shout out to my late grandfather, George Summers. He was a stock car racer around these parts of New England, and I fell in love with racing when I was a kid.
It's so cool. That's so fun.
It's a lot more than the common misconception of driving around in a circle. There are so many more aspects to how it goes, and the amount of heat that you have to deal with sitting in those cars, that's just one out of the million things people have to deal with.
I know. It's a lot more than it seems. I need to learn more. And Rockland's popular Maine Lobster Festival is officially underway.
People gathered at Harbor Park to see King Neptune, the Maine sea goddess, and, of course, the large variety of tasty food.
Here's Dylan Holloway with more.
The 75th Maine Lobster Festival officially kicked off on Wednesday.
Better not be a cannon. You don't point cannons at pirates.
Maine Lobster Festival President Celia Knight says the 5-day event brings in people from all around the world. She says the festival is something for everyone of all ages, including some of the best seafood you'll ever taste.
You can have a boiled lobster dinner, you can have a single, double, or a triple, you can have chowder, you can have lobster mac and cheese, and especially we have the most famous Maine lobster rolls.
Richard Johnson, who curates the arts and crafts tent with his wife Sue, has been involved with the festival for 45 years. He says this year's festival has extra meaning to him. Celia's mother, Alice Knight, who was also a longtime festival volunteer, passed away just a couple days before the festival began. Johnson says it was Alice who originally invited him and his wife to come be a part of the event all those years ago.
To me, she represented the festival. She was always really supportive of what we were doing, and she loved the mermaids, which is why I thought should love this, you know.
Johnson dedicated his latest sculpture to Alice, an impressive display of the mighty King Neptune. The Maine Lobster Festival runs until 6:30 p.m. August 7th. For more information, you can visit MaineLobsterFestival.com. Reporting from Rockland, I'm Dylan Holloway for ABC7 and Fox 22.
While fire departments statewide struggle to find and keep volunteers, one volunteer in Scarborough is holding strong. Captain Bruce Bell has served as a volunteer firefighter for 65 years.
The Scarborough Fire Department surprised him, thanking him for his service after a push-in ceremony where they let Captain Bell back in a new truck into the house. That's not all. They then announced they're dedicating the new truck to him.
Today, we are going to dedicate this truck with a blown bell on the front of the truck to Captain Bruce Bell.
It was very easy for the committee to unanimously make the recommendation to dedicate this truck to him. He, however, was not part of that unanimous vote. He certainly was much more humble, but there was no way we weren't going to do this for him.
That's unbelievable. It was a pleasure to be able to do that. It really was. It really was. I didn't realize it was going to let me do that, but I'm glad I did.
He's not alone, though. The Scarborough Fire Chief says there are several volunteers with the fire department who've served more than 60 years. Still to come here this morning, tomorrow morning, Bangor Youth baseball stars will head to Connecticut for their regional tournament. Tyler Cruz and Dave Peck will have the details when we return.
But first, here's a look at your overnight forecast. A high of 92, mostly sunny today. It'll be a beautiful day, and tonight things will cool off, dropping down to 67 with some clouds in the area, prompting some thunderstorms to be coming in. There's a chance of thunderstorms for your Friday with a high of 88.
Timberland Herbal Connections, your locally owned dispensary. Timberland Herbal Connections is located across the street from the Waterfront Pavilion right off Main Street. Don't want to leave home? Timberland Herbal Connections is now offering delivery in the greater Bangor area.
Dynamic hatchbacks, capable and rugged SUVs and crossovers, go anywhere vans, powerful full-size pickups. Toyota has more electrified all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive models than any other brand, like the electrified Highlander Hybrid with 35 mpg and up to a 598-mile total driving range. Your New England Toyota dealer, your electrified all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Red Sox fans, you've got to play You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Local weekly winners receive prizes. Register now at foxbangor.com. You Pick 'em Red Sox is sponsored by Twin City Tint in Brewer, Comfort Shoes and More in Newport, Saliba's Rug Cleaners in Bangor, and Twin City Tile in Brewer.
On the next Last Man Standing, Vanessa is stepping on Mike's territory.
Does Dad know you're messing around with his desk?
Our desk? Your dad and I are sharing this space now.
So he comes up with a plan B.
They're called she sheds.
Yeah?
It's like a man cave for women.
So what, I'm on the same level as a lawnmower now?
Custom built sheds like something to have a home. It's like a house at the outside, like an out. That's not right.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Timberland Herbal Connections, your locally owned dispensary. Timberland Herbal Connections is located across the street from the Waterfront Pavilion right off Main Street. Don't want to leave home? Timberland Herbal Connections is now offering delivery in the greater Bangor area.
Niecy Nash hosts the new music game show where you guess the lyrics or it's bye bye bye.
You are killing it!
Don't forget the lyrics, all new Monday on Fox.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, on Friday morning, Bangor's 11 and 12-year-old All-Stars will ship down to Bristol, Connecticut for the opportunity of a lifetime. Tyler Cruz has more.
It's going to be a dream. This is couldn't be better playing baseball with your friends and, hanging out with them this whole entire week.
Bangor's 11 and 12-year-old All-Stars are about to live out every young baseball player's dream.
I'm very excited. I couldn't imagine doing this. I wouldn't believe it.
Heading down to Bristol, Connecticut to play in the Little League World Series regional tournament.
I know I look back at my days and you sit on the couch and you're watching Little League World Series end of August and you're just like, wow, it'd be awesome to get there. And these our group's one step away from it.
Their state title was a little elusive. Even though they've won District 3 the past few summers, this is this group's first time bringing the state banner back up north and getting ready to ship out for a regional.
It was a dream come true. Last 2 years came up short, like you said, and being able to finally hold the main title is really something.
I've worked so hard just to get here. It feels so good just to achieve it.
It's going to be special, It's one of those things that these guys will remember for a lifetime.
These guys are rolling into Connecticut this weekend with a perfect record. They didn't lose a single game in districts or in states.
We just had the mindset of working our butts off and, get the bat on the ball, and the pitching was great, and, keeping the ball in front.
So with the opportunity of a lifetime in front of them, it doesn't seem like the moment is getting too big for them at all.
I'm not sure these guys understand the level that they're going to go into, but that's a good thing. They're just playing. That's the good thing about this group is they love being together. They love playing and competing.
So their goal, besides soaking in the last month of the summer sun, is to just play their brand of baseball. See how far it takes them.
The expectation is that we stay within ourselves and we continue to do what we've been doing that allows us to have success.
We've been working the last 4 years to try to make it down to Connecticut. We finally did it, so we're looking to execute and put up a battle.
There's going to be competition down there for sure, but I think we just got to be ready and we'll be good. Just play our way.
Reporting from Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, best of luck to them. They will leave for Bristol on Friday at 6 a.m. Thank you, Tyler, for that story. Meanwhile, at the Senior Legion level, the Queen City Athletics River Dogs began their regional action facing Rhode Island down at Holy Cross. Not the way they wanted to start down in Worcester. 14-0 in 5 innings. They lost. Cumberland dominates Maine in Game 1. Shout out to Tyler Cruz's cousin for collecting an RBI for Rhodey in the game. For the River Dogs, though, Caden Beloff wore the loss. He went 4 innings flat, giving up 7 total runs, 3 earned on 9 hits, just 2 hits for the Queen City offense. They'll turn the page and get ready for either Danbury or Shrewsbury in the losers bracket. First pitch for that one set for 12:30 on Thursday. And we'll switch to football now. For 20 years, August 3rd was basically a holiday in Foxborough. Crazy how things changed. Now, instead of celebrating Tom Brady's 45th birthday, we're sitting here trying to make sense of the NFL's investigation, revealing Brady's tainted departure from the Pats. On Tuesday, the NFL punished the Miami Dolphins for making illegal contact with Brady back in August of 2019. Now, Brady did not get penalized, but it takes 2 to tamper, and now we know how truly unhappy Brady was towards the end of his time in New England. So naturally, reporters asked Belichick at Wednesday's practice for his thoughts on the tampering.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that. We're just trying to have a good training camp here.
Did you have any idea the Dolphins were tampering with your starting quarterback that season?
Yeah, I'm focused on training camp here. That's all in the past.
All right, so pretty much par for the course there for Belichick. There were about 8 seconds between the answer to question 1 and the answer to question 2, but he wasn't playing along with it at all because he's on to 2022. And we are on to some sad news in the baseball world. Vin Scully, the forever voice of the Dodgers, baseball, and sports at large, passed away on Tuesday night at the age of 94.
Vin Scully became more than a sports announcer.
This is Vin Scully speaking to you.
He was the finest, most literate, most beloved, most listened to sports announcer there ever was.
Life begins on opening day. Someone once said that history is a pile of ashes.
Where does this one fit in as far as thrills are concerned? I don't know, Vinny. This has got to be as high as any of them.
He was an American treasure, as trusted as Cronkite.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening.
As easy to listen to as Sinatra. as gifted a storyteller as Twain.
I thought instead of talking baseball on this precious day, I might talk a little bit about history. In 1812...
His career sounds like what you might get if you combine 2 or 3 giants of the industry. 67 years. Football. Golf. Name a big moment and Vin not only was there, he also nailed the first draft of history with exquisite lyricism that was part Dylan Thomas and part Bob Dylan. Perfection from Larson. And Koufax. 7:15.
What a marvelous moment for baseball. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world.
Bill Buckner. His own goodbye in 2016. Vin Scully wrote the words and music to baseball, and they were beautiful. He was more than the voice of the Dodgers. He was the voice of our parents, our grandparents, our kids. Vin Scully called more than 9,000 baseball games. He met presidents and popes. He had streets named after him. Yet he once said the way he wanted people to think of him was simply as a friend.
May God give you for every storm a rainbow, for every tear a smile, for every problem life seems a faithful friend to share, for every sigh a sweet song, and an answer for each prayer.
Because his voice reached so many for so long and so kindly, he was a dear friend to generations of Americans, most without ever having met him.
So this is Vin Scully wishing you a very pleasant good afternoon wherever you may be.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Dude, can you believe we're graduating? And they helped us find a great job. Soon we'll be living the dream.
Exactly. I'm incredibly grateful for Maine Job Corps. If it wasn't for them, I'd be working an entry-level job and barely making it.
Let Team Maine Job Corps help find the career that's right for you. Call 561-8516.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Skowhegan, is sponsored by Goldbrook Mitsubishi, a car dealership like no other, offering new and used Mitsubishi vehicles, also selling and servicing many other different makes and models. Merrill Hyde, Fortier, and Yowney, attorneys at law, representing Maine for more than 100 years, 95 Water Street, Skowhegan. Key Appliance and Computer Improvements, located directly beside each other at 101 Water Street in Skowhegan. We look forward to providing you the very best.
Here's a look at some of the upbeat stories making headlines today.
Skydive Philadelphia instructor Chris Howard spent his 40th birthday jumping out of a plane 101 times in one day to break the old state record, which was just 40. Howard also used the goal to raise money for local charity Bucks for Kids, which supports the needs of Bucks County foster children. Beloved Toy Story character Buzz Lightyear has his own stamp. The collection includes 4 designs from Pixar Animation Studios. Buzz has appeared in 4 Toy Story movies, plus this summer's Lightyear. Restaurateurs in Mexico City prepared a gigantic torta with a variety of fillings for the annual Torta Fair. In 2 minutes and 3 seconds, a number of chefs built the 242-foot sandwich. It weighed over 1,700 pounds. Once they finished, slices were sold for 35 pesos, or $1.50. Pepto was extra. And for 27 days, an environmental nonprofit has been collecting debris that litters Hawaiian reefs. The project gathered 86,000 pounds of ghost nets, lost or discarded tangled bunches of fishing nets. And those are some of the other stories making headlines on ABC 7.
And it's Thursday, which means we have your Pet of the Week.
Meet Ginger from the Bangor Humane Society.
The Pet of the Week is brought to you by Riptide Smoke Shop in Belfast.
Meet Ginger the rabbit. Ginger is a sweet girl looking for her forever home. Ginger was brought to the Bangor Humane Society as a stray, so we have limited history on Ginger's past. We do know Ginger really loves to lounge around and have lots of playful adventures. She also really loves hay, fresh greens, veggies, and fruits for her snack. Having plenty of snacks and playing with her many toys are Ginger's favorite pastime. Due to Ginger being nervous, we are recommending children 12 and older in the home. Ginger can be easily spooked, and slow, positive introductions will be very important to ensure everyone is comfortable. We do require everyone in the home comes in to meet with Ginger. As for other animals, we recommend that Ginger be in a home with animals who can give her plenty of space to call her own. Ginger would love free roam time and would love lots of space to hop around. It is very important for her to have plenty of space to run freely and space to call her own. As we said earlier, slow, positive introductions will be very important in the home environment to ensure everybody is comfortable. Let's find the sweetheart her forever home. Feel like Ginger could be the perfect match for your home? Please feel free to contact the Bangor Humane Society at 207-942-8902 or email adoption@bangorhumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
And now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with one final look at our forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Thank you very much, Joe and Emma. Happy Thursday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Shepherd Toyota, the hometown connection for Toyota cars and trucks. Easy to find on Route 1 Rockland-Thomason Town Line. Shepherd Toyota has a great selection of new and previously loved vehicles. At Shepherd Toyota, they don't sell you a car, they help you buy one. Come experience the Shepherd difference today. Already, the heat is going to be the big story around here. We have heat advisories in effect until 8 p.m. tonight for the counties highlighted here because of high dew points, which equals high humidity levels, and high temperatures as well. 90s on the way today with dew points that'll be in the 60s and 70s. A very oppressive situation will be taking place today, but otherwise, though, we'll be watching some clouds moving through, maybe some fog in a few spots this morning as well. Be careful of that this morning as you do make that morning commute. But as we zoom things out and give you the big picture, this system will be moving in as early as tonight and giving us chances for a few showers and thunderstorms in some areas. Calming down later on overnight, but of course the clouds and maybe some fog could develop yet again. Wave heights are not too bad either. I checked those earlier, but water temperatures, if you're thinking about cooling off, are in the 60s, getting close to 70 degrees in a few spots. So comfortable water temperatures, maybe a little bit cooler though. Of course, that'll be nice given the hot temperatures across the region at this point. Our average high is 81 degrees. We'll be in the lower 90s today, upper 80s Friday, middle 80s by your Saturday, back in the low 90s Sunday, then finally cooling off a little bit by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, back down into the lower 80s. Your muggy meter showing some very uncomfortable air that'll be on the way though, with dew points that'll be in the 60s and possibly 70s for the next several days. Until about late Sunday into Monday, things fall back briefly. Then by Tuesday, back up in the 60s and 70s yet again. Your VNX forecast for today will be at an 8. That is considered very high. A burn time of around 15 minutes. So hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and shade will be necessary as you do head out the door to avoid a bad sunburn. Moving forward for today, any fog that's developing this morning will be getting out of here. Of course, use your low beams or fog lights. Do not use your high beams. That'll make it worse to see out there with any fog you do encounter. We'll get that out of here. Then by later on this evening, though, watching for showers and storms after a sun-filled day. And of course, we'll keep the clouds going overnight with a little bit more fog that may develop in a few spots. And of course, any precipitation will be needed, though, as we're definitely in drought across this part of the state. A new drought monitor comes out later today. Forecast for today, lower 90s, partly cloudy, hot and humid. South wind getting up about 25 miles per hour. Later on tonight, upper 60s, mostly cloudy with a few thunderstorms, and the wind overall looking nice and calm. Shepherd Toyota extended forecast. Storms on the way also for Friday and Saturday. Highs in the middle to upper 80s, lower 90s by Sunday with a small chance for storms, and more storms again by Monday. Highs in the lower 80s.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary roadside assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
You know, if you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join AAA today for $26.50 when you enroll in AutoPay. That's a 50% savings. With this special offer, there is no admission fee. And as a special bonus, you'll receive a free 1-year membership for 3 additional eligible family members. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now. Check 1, check 2. The store's appearance may have changed throughout the years, but its dedication to our community and families has not wavered. We will still welcome you with a smile and top-notch service. If you need coffee,
check.
Tasty treats,
Check.
freshly made pizza, check. Or wine and spirits,
Check.
stop by and fill up your tank and check us out.
When it comes to planning dinner, there are 3 things most of us look for. Something that doesn't take too long to make, something that's going to taste amazing, and last but not least, something that's not going to break the bank. So today, we're making a dish that tastes like pricey spare ribs, but actually starts with boneless chicken thighs, which are very budget friendly. We start by browning some boneless, skinless chicken thighs in a skillet with a bit of oil. The key here is to make sure the skillet is hot, so the chicken gets nice and browned. While they're doing their thing, we make an Asian barbecue sauce by mixing together some water, soy sauce, ketchup, and cider vinegar. Now to give it even more flavor, we mix in some brown sugar, chopped garlic, and ground ginger. We give this a stir and pour it over our brown chicken. We let them simmer, turning them every once in a while so they soak up all that flavor-packed sauce. We'll thicken this up by adding a combo of cornstarch and water. Then these guys are ready to serve. Maybe serve this over some rice so you don't leave behind any of that sticky flavor-packed sauce. To get the recipe for what we call chicken spare ribs, all you need to do is visit our website. Believe me, I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a no bones about it way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
New reports reveal Disney's theme park prices have skyrocketed over the years. The happiest place on earth is also the priciest. This after reports from SJ Data Visualizations, a UK-based consulting firm, reveal the theme park's prices have jumped nearly 4,000% over the past 50 years.
The report compares the price of a Disney World ticket to expenses such as rent, wages, and gasoline, noting that those 3 have grown by less than 1,000% in the same time frame. But the price of admission isn't the only thing guests are paying high prices on. Disney also announced price hikes on merchandise, with items such as Mickey Mouse ears, backpacks, and water bottles jumping anywhere from $5 to $15 at the Florida theme park. Now, I wonder